Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're here with the Ultimate Racing League for the Saturday Championship, and this is race 2. This is round 3 race. This is round 3 race 2. Just making sure that it is showing on my channel. Actually showing on my channel, because otherwise if it's not showing on my channel and I'm doing this, it'd be a waste of time. But anyway, it is, and it is showing. So anyway, yeah, this is race 2 of round 3 race 2. There was obviously no qualifying in this race. We are obviously still at St Croix B. It is 11 laps, and this race there is a mandatory tyre change so they have to use softs and mediums in this race. And it was on the grid. It was a reverse grid for this race. So let's go onto the grid and see where everyone is starting. So Rufus, aka myself, starts in first. Carlsberg there in second. Rossi in third. Hawkeye fourth. Pete in fifth. Crossbonds in sixth. Mr. Cool in seventh. Sai there in eighth. Unforgiven there in ninth. Phaser there in 10th, Grasshopper there in 11th, and Silly Shot race 1 winner in 12th. So now let's get the guys going and see how they do. So Rufus drives them down towards, waiting for the 5 lights to go out. And let's go. Rufus takes them down towards the first corner. Hopefully there is no issues in this first corner. Right, looks like everyone's got around this first corner without an issue. Rufus does still have that lead as he comes around the next corner. And Carlsberg there in second spot, chasing them after him. With Frosty there in third, P there in fourth, Crossbones there in fifth, Mr. Cool there in sixth, Sly there in seventh. And Unforgiven is trying to get past Grasshopper at the moment. Unforgiven is just behind. Oh, Mr. Cool, and there's been an issue between Crossbones and Pete by the looks of it. Come down through the S's. Oh, there was a bit of a knock on Pete from Crossbonds. Oh, and that's a spin there. So that's unfortunate for Crossbond. That's all dropped him down to last position. So anyway, back up to the front. Rufus still has the lead. He's being chased down by Carlsberg and Rossi there in third, chasing them both down. With Mr. Cool there in fourth, Sai there in fifth, Grasshopper there in sixth, Unforgiven, Faze there in Silly Shot in ninth. So Silly Shot has made a goodish start because he started in last and he's already up to ninth position. It looks like Silly Shot is making a trying to make a run of Phaser. It looks like, oh, Unforgiven has had a doozy there. As he comes around down to this corner. Oh. It's hard to tell whether he got bumped or not. Yeah, that is hard to tell. It looked like there might have been a bump there. Yeah, it looked like there might have been a little bump there from Phaser. But I think he was already on. I think Unforgiven was already on the grass at the time. Ooh, there was a tiny bit of bump. There was a tiny bit of a bump from Fraser, I think. But anyway, so that pushed Unforgiven down to 11th, unfortunately. So we're coming towards the end of lap 1. Rufus is there first, and he's actually pulling a gap out to Colesberg. Well, Rossi is chasing Colesberg down, trying to get that second position from him. Got to be how long can Colesberg keep Rossi behind him? And Mr. Cool there is in 4th. And then he's got Sai there in 5th. And then Grasshopper and Sai are battling it out for that 5th position. Like Grasshopper's dropped back a little bit. With Pete there in 7th. He's being chased by Silly Shot. Silly Shot has now got himself up to 8th position as they come into the bridge section once again. With Hawkeye there in 9th. Unforgiven there in 10th. And Phaser there in 11th. I think there must have been, because Phaser was well up there, so I think Phaser stopped to let Unforgiven come past, because he's dropped all the way down to 11th, so because I didn't see him make a mistake. And Crossbonds there is still in 12th position. We are only on lap 2 of 11, so there is still a long way to go in this race, with Rufus still leading. There's still a bit of a gap to Colesberg. They are both on soft tyres. Colesberg is doing whatever he can to try and catch Rufus up. Rossi's dropped off a little bit, but he is making a run to try and catch the top 2 up. But Rossi is on the medium tyres, so the 2 in front are both on the soft, so they're going to have the advantage over Rossi at the moment. Although Rossi is in League of Champions, compared to Rufus, who's in League 1, and Colesberg, who is in, I think, in League, I'm not sure what league Colesberg is in, or I think he's just joined League 5, I'm not sure. But anyway, Mr. Cool's there in 4th. Looks like Grasshopper is gradually closing that gap on Mr. Cool. How long can Grasshopper keep Mr. Cool behind him is going to be the question. But currently, on their times, Mr. Cool is a 2:12.9 and Grasshopper is a 2:12.7. So he is closing that gap on Mr. Cool gradually. And Sai there in 6th place. Pete there in 7th. Silly Shot is gunning to get past him. Silly Shot tries to go up the inside of Pete. Pete's not having any of it at the moment. Silly Shot is going for it. He's dropped off a little bit, but not by too much. Questions will be Silly Shot going to be hit close enough to go for a pass in the next corner. But no, he doesn't, so obviously Pete still stays there in 7th, with Silly there in 8th, Hawkeye there in 9th, Unforgiven there in 10th, looking to try and he is up on his time currently. He is trying to close that gap on Hawkeye gradually. Hawkeye is on the soft, so Hawkeye is going to have the advantage over Unforgiven at the moment. And Phaser there, he's dropped off a little bit there in 11th. Crossbond's there in 12th, trying to close that gap of Phaser. Crossbond is on the softs, Phaser's on the mediums. The Crossbond's going to have the little bit of advantage here at the moment over Phaser. Anyway, back up to the front. We are only on lap 4 with Rufus still leading. Rossi is now up to 2nd. With Grasshopper battling with right there as well. He's got past Carlsberg now, so Grasshopper's up to 3rd. He's now battling with Rossi. Carlsberg made a little mistake there. It's allowed Mr. Cool to get past as well. So Carlsberg's dropped down to 5th. They are gradually closing the gap on Rufus. And that gap is closing dramatically. Is Rufus going to be able to hold off Rossi here, or is Rossi going to be able to get past Rufus in this next corner? They are side by side. And Rossi is ahead. So he manages to take the lead from Rufus. Rufus has dropped down to 2nd. Now he's got Grasshopper chasing after him now as well. Grasshopper is up on the inside of Rufus, but Rufus does have just about have it as they come into this final corner of his track. And he is just ahead, but Rufus has got Mr. Cool and Grasshopper gunning for his position. Si's the first person, and Carlsberg are the first ones to go into the pits. Grasshopper's up the inside of Rufus. Rufus goes a bit wide, so he's dropped down there, and that's Mr. Cool is side by side now as well. So it looks like Rufus could be dropping another position here. Rufus is on the inside of Mr. Cool, so Mr. Cool isn't having it his own way. They are both on the same tyres, well, they're both on the softs. They are side by side coming into the bridge. Is Mr. Cool going to be able to go for a move here at the end of the bridge, or is Rufus going to be able to keep that position? Well, they are side by side at the moment. Silly is trying to get that position. He's on the outside of Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool is just ahead, but Silly manages to keep it there, and he is just ahead of Mr. Cool now. Mr. Cool's dropped in behind him, but he is right there behind him, looking to try and get that position. They are side by side once again. The Silly shot is just ahead as they come into this next corner. Oh, Mr. Cool got that all wrong. That's allowed Silly shot to get past easily there. During lap 5, Rossi has got quite a decent lead over Grasshopper at the moment. It's medium tyres versus soft tyres. And Rufus there 3rd, looks like he is struggling a bit. He has gone into the pits now to go onto the medium tyres. So while that's all done, Pete's now up to 3rd. Unforgiven's up to 4th. Phaser's up to 5th. Grasshopper's just come out of the pits now in 6th. Si's there in 7th. Mr. Cool is there in 8th. So he's got ahead, come out ahead of Rufus. They're in 9th. And they're both on the medium tyres. Looks like Mr. Cool got that bit wrong, so that's allowed Rufus to go for a move on him. So they're battling it out for that 8th position. They're battling it out for that 8th position. Carlsberg there in 10th. He is just watching as the bell goes on between the two of them. So Carlsberg there is in 10th, Hawkeye there in 11th spot, and Carlsberg there, Crossbonds there in 11th, 12th. So we are in 6th, we are halfway through this race. When will Rossi be pitting for his soft tyres? That's going to be the question. Oh, he hits the wall there, but he doesn't go in the pits yet. Silly shot there. Is in 2nd, with Pete chasing Silly Shot down in 3rd. With Oven Given there in 4th. Phaser there in 5th. He hit the wall bit, so now he's got a bit of damage. Grasshopper and Sai are battling outside there, trying to get past Grasshopper. Grasshopper's there in 6th. Coming down to turn 1 with Sai on the inside. And they are back side by side. Grasshopper is ahead of Side just to get a bit again. There is mediums versus softs at the moment. Phaser has a 2nd penalty. With Grasshopper still there, Phaser is struggling a little bit as Grasshopper reels him in. And Sai has pitted already, so once Grasshopper pits, he will. I know both of them have pitted. Because Sai pitted before Grasshopper did. Grasshopper is just ahead. But anyway, let's go on. So Mr. Cool there in 8th. And Rufus is there. He's battling. Mr. Cool has got past Rufus, but he is now battling with Carlsberg for that 9th position. Right, Rufus went out a bit wide there. That's allowed Carlsberg to get past Rufus there. So Rufus is now down to 10th. Carlsberg is up to 9th. But Rufus is not letting Carlsberg go. They are sort of side by side. Carlsberg is just ahead as they come into the next corner. Rufus got through that corner a lot better than Carlsberg did. They are now side by side. Once again, Rufus is going to have the inside line here. Well, they are more or less right next to each other. It's hard to tell who's. Oh no, Carlsberg has got ahead. Carlsberg is ahead there, with Rufus there just behind, looking to try and get that position off of him. And then Carlsberg is having to withdraw a lot of pressure at the moment by Rufus. Carlsberg got that a little bit wrong there. That's allowed Rufus to get past. as they come through the bridge for the 8th time. Oh, Rufus hits the wall as they come out the bridge. They're going to allow Colesberg to make the move. He is closing that gap on him. Anyway, Hawkeye is there in 10th. Fraser is there in 11th. Now he's got Cross Bonds chasing him down. So Rossi is now pitting. So is Pete. Unforgiven Will as well. So could Grasshopper be taking the lead? So is Rossi going to get out in front of Grasshopper? Yes, he does. He just gets ahead of... Well, no, Grasshopper is just ahead. So at the moment, Grasshopper does have the lead. With Rossi there in 2nd position. But now, Grasshopper is on the medium tyres. Rossi is on the soft tyres. So is Silly. So they're going to have a big advantage over Grasshopper. We are on lap 9, so we are coming towards the end of this race. As they come through the bridge once again, Grasshopper is there. Rossi has Silly shot all over his back of a rib, all over his rear bumper. Silly is on the inside, so Silly should be able to have the advantage here. Oh, Silly got that all wrong. So that's really unfortunate for him there. So that's dropped him down to 4th position now. Looking up here, Rossi looks like he is closing that gap on Grasshopper. This looks like it's getting interesting towards the end of this race between the top 4. As Rossi leads us through the S's. And he is getting ever so closer to Grasshopper as they come through, as they come down towards the final turn on this track. Now, who's going to have the better in this corner? They come down to it. Oh, and there is a bump from Rossi there, resulting in Grasshopper dropping positions. That's very unfortunate for Grasshopper there. So he's dropped down to 7th. And that was looked at the stewards, so I will give you the result after the race. So anyway, Rossi now leads this race with Sai there in 2nd, Silly shot there in 3rd. And Silly shot is all over the back of Silly Sai at the moment, looking towards to get that position. So Silly shot is ahead. Is there going to be enough time for Silly to catch Rossi up? Rossi is a fair bit ahead, so unless Rossi makes a mistake, he won't catch him. So Silly there in 2nd, Sai there in 3rd, Pete there in 4th, Mystical there in 5th, Unforgiven there in 6th, Grasshopper there in 7th. Carlsberg there in 8th. Rufus there in 9th. Crossbonds there in 10th. Hawkeye there in 11th spot. And Phaser down there in last place and just dropping off the pace a little bit. Looks like he has been struggling a little bit this race, unfortunately. So anyway, we are lap 10. Rossi comes around the corner for the penultimate, leads them on to the final lap. And makes the fastest lap with a 2:11.4 as well. No, Peter's taking the fastest lap now with a 2:10.9. With Silly Shot there in 2nd still. Si there in 3rd. Pete there in 4th. Mr. Cool there in 5th. Unforgiven there in 6th. Grasshopper there in 7th. Carlsberg there in 8th. Rufus there in 9th. Crossbonds there in 10th. Hawkeye there in 11th. Phaser there starting his final lap now as well. So everyone is on their final lap. Rossi comes through, comes onto the bridge for the final time. He's going for another fastest lap. Couldn't he get the fastest lap here? So coming in, just about to come into the final section for Rossi. So Rossi does take the win with the fastest lap. Silly Shot is 2nd, Pete there in 3rd, Si there in 4th, Unforgiven 5th, Mr. Cool there in 6th, Grasshopper there in 7th, Carlsberg there in 8th. Crossbonds there in 9th. Rufus there in 10th. Hawkeye there in 11th. And Phaser there in 12th. Now that was, let's just go back. So, okay, so that was the race. But so I'll just put this bit in here as well. The incident between Rossi and Grasshopper was looked at by the stewards, and unfortunately it was seen as it was Rossi's fault. So Rossi got a place position, so he ended up finishing in 8th, so everyone else got moved up. So Silly Shot actually got the victory for race 2 due to that. Also, because of Grasshopper, what you got to remember in URL, you can't, if there is an incident in a race, it needs to just be reported. If you can't, you shouldn't say anything or have a go at anyone in chat, because of that, Grasshopper has been given a race ban, so he will miss Interlagos because of having a go. So anyway, so that was the end of race 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you next time for round 4 at Interlagos, which is a endurance. So bye bye for now.